we're queefing again, cause it's another Friday again. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's not a social production. We're doing it on April the 18th, I believe. It's a Friday. That's right, Good Friday. May Good Friday be with all of you if you're celebrating all around the world. It's a day of celebration, right? It's Good Friday. Regardless, if you're joining me, again, it's Friday, April the 18th, 2025, wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's Canada, down south in the US, all around the world, further down south, Mexico, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, New Sentinel Island, one of my new favorite islands. Not that it's new, but technically it's called New Sentinel Island, but it's an island, it's beautiful, you're not supposed to go there, but also go there, but don't go there. But if you do record stuff, if you make it back, regardless, all around the world, wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. Steve, where can you find these videos? Man, you keep asking the question. Where can you find these videos? I'm glad you guys can find them on Instagram. Follow me there. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. All right? And avoid a lifetime of pancreatic cancer for your family. Unless you want pancreatic cancer for your family, then just go ahead and do not subscribe and get a lifetime supply of pancreatic cancer. If you don't want to get pancreatic cancer for your entire family, then you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help your boy, help yourself, help your family, friends, and community members. And if you're like, I really, really want to help, is there something that can make sure my family never, ever gets pancreatic cancer? Then you go to patreon.com/robsadrius, where you subscribe, and we will just take all the pancreatic cancer that's been allocated to you and your lineage, and we'll give it to your haters and people who want to, just beef with you or to have bad feelings toward you, because you're a good person. Why should anybody do that? So they shouldn't. But in case they do, we will take all that pancreatic cancer, boom, right there to your enemies. I hope you don't have any. Good. You don't? Fantastic. Then just get rid of the pancreatic cancer altogether in your lineage by subscribing to the YouTube channel, unless you want a lifetime of pancreatic cancer. I don't make the rules. I didn't make the rules. It's just the way it works. You click subscribe, you avoid getting pancreatic cancer. And if you happen to catch pancreatic cancer and you've subscribed, there's something inherently wrong with you, because nobody else is complaining. It's just you. Do not make this I wonder if anybody else has got. No, they don't. It's just you. All right, so quit making it all about yourself. Let the community have a good time. Hope you're all doing well regardless. It is Friday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited. It's fascinating times we're living in. I have so many just wonders and questions and interests that take us all over the planet, just like you out there, just like you. One of the most beautiful, amazing things just happened. I was in the depths of the oceans. I was at the bottom of the sea. You don't know that. I was there with researchers and scientists, and together collectively we came out as a group of real researchers and scientists. And I don't take my lab coat off when I'm underwater, when I'm doing research. A lot of these researchers that do, marine biology, for example, they'll take off their lab coats. Not this professional. I leave my lab coat on. I wear 2 lab coats when I'm underwater, to be honest. It's extra wet. 2 layers, make sure nobody sees through that white layer of lab coat, and then all of a sudden it becomes a bunch of promiscuous lab doctors just getting distracted by the number of tits that's available. Nonetheless, I do take my lab coat with me, and I went underwater with my team of researchers, and guess what we discovered? We discovered a long time ago, we captured new images. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but me and my researchers, me and my team, hardworking men and women, mostly women. It's mostly women. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just the way it worked out. Am I complaining? No, more tits. It's a great team. We went underwater. We discovered new images that's been captured of the colossal squid. This is, it is captivating. It plays with the imagination. It asks many questions like, what the fuck is that? Because it's a colossal squid. You've heard of it. It's been discovered roughly 100 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. This is the first time we caught it on tape. I was recording by myself. I said, stay away, team. They're like, you might need backup. I said, just go up to the distance. If I need backup, I'll whistle underwater, or I'll queef a couple of bubbles. If you see 5 bubbles in a row coming out of my asshole, then know that you should probably come and assist. If there's no bubbles out the asshole, then keep your distance. I don't want to scare the colossal squid. and I was there, captured it all. It was a beautiful squid. It was a little tiny one. They're translucent. If you've not seen the video that we collectively shot together, it's beautiful. It's translucent. It's got light bulbs in it. It's red light bulbs or eyeballs. We're calling it eyeballs for now. We don't know. It could be its tits. It could be its, people say it's the eyeballs. I believe it's the nips. I'm going to be, yeah, they're going to come after me and say, no, it's the eyes. I believe it's the tits. Why is it reddish pinkish then? Think about it. But the whole body of this thing is translucent. It's got arms, legs, tentacles, whatever you want to call them. It's a squid. It grows up to, it grows to like half a ton, 20 feet long or 20 meters long. I forget the measurement, but really long, just a elongated squid. 20 feet, I'm gonna go with 20 feet. I think around 7 meters long. Feels right. As a scientist, I should know that, and I do know that. Let's try 7 feet, half a ton, and it's translucent. It's spectacular. If you've not seen it, I do recommend you go check it out. Makes me want to be more translucent, of course. Working on it. It's a power of mind. I sit hours on an end and just say to myself, become translucent, man. Why won't you become one? And I try my best, and it works sometimes when no one's looking. But then as soon as everyone's like, show us your translucidity, and I'm like, no, don't want to. Feels vulnerable because they see inside you. They're like, oh, look at that guy's insides. And I'm like, look at your insides. Would you feel like to be translucent? I would love to be translucent. I'm just grateful we captured the images. It's great. You should check it out. Because again, people don't, it's a big deal in our community of researchers and as marine biologists. It's a big deal in our community. But I guess it doesn't get as many eyeballs as it should, or as, because if you saw that in space, you would legit freak the fuck out and be like, that is a creepy ass or beautiful looking alien, translucent, limbs floating around, eyeballs that are shiny, or tits that are bright red, like Rudolph's nose, which begs the question, is Rudolph related to the colossal squid? We will have to bring in Rudolph and ask him a few questions. Rudolph is a him, right? It's a man, Rudolph, right? It's a man, right? I don't know. To be a Rudolph could be a woman. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Is it a man or a woman with a badge? Who knows? Point is, we did a huge discovery, and again, it is, yeah. I'm just like, if this was in space, it would have been freaking people out. People would have been really excited because they're like, oh, look at this creepy ass translucent alien in space. But it's right here. It's on Earth, and we take it for granted. It's been around for 100 years. It's the first time our group of researchers went underwater and decided to film this thing. And again, if it was in space, people would be freaking the fuck out. We do have aliens. These are the aliens. These are the squids, octopus, the octopi. Again, we eat them. We eat these fuckers. And we're like, look at this calamari, yum yum for the tum-tum. Meanwhile, this beautiful, intelligent creature that does amazing things. They're translucent, their arms have their own brains inside them. They regenerate their arms when they lose. These are alien attributes. Who regenerates body parts? Aliens do. That shit is, let's get that in our DNA. Let's splice some of that up. Next thing you know, people losing arms instead of getting, bionical arms, get regenerated arms. Just have a little nub growing out of your shoulder. Oh, don't worry, it's a nub now, but come 3 weeks from now, it's gonna be elongated and hard. Oh, I can't wait till we get that gene inside of us. But you're welcome. Again, it was just me, myself, and a team of researchers, mostly women, and we did it. We did it together. Congratulations to the team and the world. You're welcome. It's, again, we went 600 meters below the sea. A lot of pressure in terms of just, you're surrounded by water. It's extremely wet and it's dark and it could be scary, but we braved it because that's what that's what we do as marine biologists. That's what we do. All right, we take it into our own hands. We say, yeah, we notice that it's not meant for men and women to go underwater. This is not ours. We say, you know what? Fuck that. We're going in. We take the risks. All right, so you're welcome out there, but check it out. It's a beautiful image. It's a beautiful captured image of this beautiful creature. And again, if it was in space, you'd all be just wet in the pants, but you're not as wet as you'd be if it was in space because it's right here. It's right here. And we're like, oh, whatever, stupid squid, get out of here, you translucent son of a bitch. Think you're better than us because we can see through you? You say that. You judge the colossal squid for its translucent attributes, but it's just you being judgy. Ladies and gents, a lot of stuff is going on. As per usual, I believe there was Love Jewels is in the jewelry store. It's a beautiful jewelry store in downtown LA. If you're in LA like myself, you would know that, but I guess many of you are not. And again, I was there. I happen to be in a lot of places at the same time. Same body, but different places. I do it, whatever. I'll do anything for the podcast, for the show. I'll go to multiple locations, like here, there, everywhere. I'm in downtown LA. We hear about this beautiful jewelry store. There was a heist, which got me excited. Burglars tunneled their way through concrete walls to get to the jewelry store and get away with $10 million worth of goods. I'm not super happy about the theft that happened to the jewelry store. I'm hoping that it was insured. You're like, again, you should know that if you were there in person. And all right, fine. You want to know the truth? If it's, oh, that's all you care about. Were you there? And I wasn't there. All right, I wasn't there. You're happy there? I wasn't there. Fine, I wasn't there. Did I wish I was there? Did I wish I could be there to see it for myself? Yes. Do I love heists? Absolutely. Do I like the fact that regular average store owners are impacted time and again? No, I'm not a fan of that. I'm hoping they are insured. I believe if you are carrying that much jewelry in your store, you've got some sort of insurance. But could it be an inside job is what you're asking? You shut your filthy trap. A beautiful jewelry store just got heisted, okay? So stop asking who was it? How did they find that store was accessible through tunnels if they were to dig in a particular direction? All the questions you're at, it's not though, I'm not sure. Maybe it could be, you never know. With theft, especially $10 million, you never know. But it doesn't matter, it's exciting. Oh God, I wish I could be a part of a heist. So I wanna, not to, again, I wouldn't wanna, I'm hoping that you're insured. People need to eat. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it is exciting. How many times have you watched movies where they're digging tunnels to the other side of a vault, maybe a bank or a jewelry store, and then they get away with it? How often do they get away with it? Not often. When it does happen, it is exciting. And I'm not saying you should go out there and steal people's properties. That's not right. But in movies, we do appreciate them. So in real life, I'm not for the stealing from the mom and pop shops and this, of course, but the heist is exciting. It's exciting. Oh, gearing up, the planning, the months and months of planning, getting people together, bringing in crew members, finding just a motley crew of, just different associates from all parts of the town who've had maybe a little bit of a troubled past, maybe a little bit of a difficult time coming up. A fella who's got a scruffy beard, maybe a lady who's got tattoos on her half her body. She's a half body tattoo chick. Maybe a guy with it's 90s, 2000s, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s haircut where it's all spiky in different directions. You know what I'm talking about. That guy, he's good with computers and shit. He can scan the array. He's a scanner. And then there's the guy who chews on a piece of food, really the nonchalant chewing food in the corner. You need that guy. You need a guy who chews food nonchalantly in the corner, just smacking his gums into just wearing a nice jacket and that guy. And another girl who's got even bigger tits than the half tattooed body chick. And that girl's, who knows what she's concentrated her career. Who knows? Maybe she's good with picking the locks. Maybe she's good at putting on, night vision and shit. You don't know that. You need all that. And they're all, just planning. What kind of car do we need? Do we need a ladder? Do we need fingerless gloves? We should probably cover the fingerless gloves would give you away because you'd leave fingerprints. But we recently discovered together that fingerprints are not as reliable. So you might go with, it's a new age. It's a new day, it's a new dawn. Fingerless gloves for everyone. Leave your prints everywhere. Leave your DNA everywhere, you know what I mean? A lot of times people get away and they don't leave any DNA left behind, but leave some DNA. We, as a collective, we, take all of our collective jizz and vaginal fluid, shaken, not stirred, put it in a blender, and then just, press number 3 on the blender, make sure it twists and turns and it mixes well, and just leave them a concoction of a whole lot of jizz and vaginal fluid. Maybe get other people who weren't even in the heist to maybe, donate a little bit of jizz and vaginal fluid, put it in the mixer, and then just have the detectives work on it for what are these random sperms and vaginal fluids we're finding. Put a little bit of stomach lining in it. Why is there stomach lining here? Who knows? But it doesn't matter. It's just exciting, and they got away with it, I'm assuming. And then you gotta lay low. Now you gotta tell the guys not to spend as much. Don't go splurging. Don't go crazy. We gotta sit on it for 6 months to a year. Sit on the cash that you got now. And jewelry is hard too, because jewelry is not just straight up cash. You gotta now melt it. You gotta break it into pieces. You gotta find. So it's 10 millions. I'm guessing street value is like probably half. Probably half it, right? You can't go, I got 10 million worth of jewels. Probably got to sell it for cheaper. So 5 million, then you're taking a cut, you're taking a hit, which is hard to do. Oh, guys, you got to have a guy who gives the speeches. Guys, we got to take a hit. We can't sell it for 10 million. And then somebody else with the guy that chews food nonchalantly. Take it to Africa, sell it in Africa. I know a guy. Do ya, Johnny? Or do you want to get everybody caught? We never get caught. Just chewing nonchalantly in a corner. But it's exciting. I'm for the heist. I'm not for hurting businesses, of course, but I am for heists. I like a good heist. What do you want me to tell you? I'm not a fan of heists. And they get away with it with a fast car, and then you gotta switch a car. You gotta get a car, and then you gotta get another car. Maybe another car after, maybe 3 cars. Or a car that changes color. Do you go with one car that changes color? Do you get 2 different cars? Do you get the same car and just stick with it and be like, no, a lot of people in heist switch cars. Maybe we should just stick with one car. Stick with one car. Throw them off. They're looking for us to change the car. Stick with one car. Forget cars. Go with bikes instead. Get a tandem bike. You never see that. A heist get away with a tandem bike. Just 7 people on a bike. Someone's not pedaling as hard as they should be. Pulling their weight. Making everybody else sweat a little bit extra. That guy, but it's good to have him. He brings good vibes to the team. So I'm for heists, movies, and real life. If you don't hurt anybody, I'm for it. Like if somebody were to get a scraped knee, there's some, you're gonna get a couple of scratches. Drilling, getting a jackhammer in a basement, in a musky basement. Everybody's sweating. Everybody, armpit is in your face. Somebody's vagina is right next to your face as they're drilling. Just vagina right to your nostrils. I gotta move, scooch a little bit. I need more space. She tells you, vagina in your face, right there, jackhammering with vagina in your face. Oh, it's nice. I like it. I'm for heists. Again, it's nuanced. What do you want me to tell you? That I'm not for heists? 30 plus years watching movies with heists, you think I'm not going to be a fan of heists? What do you want me to tell you? But hopefully you are insured. Hopefully this will not happen again. And to make sure this doesn't happen again, don't have walls that can be penetrated. That's right. Extreme metal walls. Well, they can probably. It's all about the equipment. They can probably drill through any wall, really. Having a jewelry store is really hectic business. A lot of mafias involved in them, A lot of money laundering, probably. Not all, some, I'm sure some. Most of them are good people, of course, but there's some people doing sketch businesses. I'm sure they are. As is every business. There's legit people, and there's some people who do it for whatever reason. Love of the game, or the beautiful tracksuits and hanging around early in the morning, sitting down, sipping on Turkish coffee or Italian espressos, who knows, but nonetheless, looking fly. It's good. It's good to run those kind of businesses. I would love to just, again, either be a part of a heist, own a jewelry store, get an insider's perspective, have them come in and like, you know, break me a chunk. We can work on it together. Anything for a little heist. Oh, heists get me hard. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, it's exciting. It's a beautiful day to be alive. We just made history. It's a great breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Groundbreaking news. Information that's not been available to the public for a really long time. A really, really long time. It took us thousands of years. Breaking news. A major breakthrough. UK Supreme Court just came and said that the legal definition of a woman is based on biological sex. Dun dun dun. What? Oh man, a legal definition of women is based on biological sex, which means women are people who are born with vaginas and tits, biologically speaking, that is. What a find. The innovation, the breakthrough, the knowledge. This will change everything. How did it take us so long to discover that? I'm guessing if you were to follow the same logic, biological men are probably, the legal definition of a man is probably based on biological sex as well. Dun dun, did I just, because they went with women. Nobody's come up with the legal definition of a man. I will take the lead on this one, everyone, please. Got a big announcement to make. Illegal, I declare today, henceforth from today, the legal definition of a man is based on, wait for it, after many hours of research, after reading many books, after looking at many different bodies, through the centuries, thousands of years of independent research, which I did by myself, cupping vaginas, sniffing them, licking them, grabbing a tit or two, maybe even more than one or two, because my research is in depth, and afterwards taking a look at penises and men with no tits, tits that don't lactate. And I told them, I stared them at in their eyes, said, lactate, man, lactate. And he couldn't. Many of them couldn't. A lot of them couldn't. A whole lot of them couldn't. All of them couldn't, which helped me in my research. And I finally, after years of confusion, years of what is it? Tell us the end. I figured it out. The legal definition of a man from now on will be based on biological sex. I know, again, this is, I'll give you a second, just take a breather. I know this one was it's a hard one. It was a really difficult topic. It was confusing for a lot of people, but we now have the legal definition. So no more, it's shut it down. Shut it down in terms of, we still love everybody, of course. Trannies for life, bruv. Trannies for life, all of us. Transformers, trannies for life. Da da da, look at this penis, it's no longer here. Transformers, getting rid of genitalia, cause we're transing now. My pussy is itchy inside of me, cause it used to be my nutsack, now it's growing hair. Trans pussy, it itches inside, you wouldn't know, cause your balls are on your outside. That's right. From now on, I guess we don't have to worry about wondering, do we call him a her or a him? If it's born with a vagina, female. If it's born with penis. If it happens to be an anomaly in nature where it's like one in a gajillion, or one of us has like a malfunction with somebody, God, nature, aliens, whoever was, mixing the batch, looked away for a second, somebody grew with a small, extra small peen, that person will also be loved, and we'll figure it out when he or she grows up and figures out what they want to do it, or if they end up with two tiny dicks or one really tight vagina where it's like it's too tiny, it can't be a vagina. Now do we open it up, make it a full-size vagina, or do we close it up, patch it up, put some drywall on it, paint it over, and stick a peen on it? We'll figure it out together. But biologically speaking, Men's are men's, women's are women's, which takes us back to a beautiful movie with Arnold where a little boy came out and said to him, boys have penises and women have vaginas. Remember that guy? Remember that little guy in the movie? I watched it when I was growing up. I remember. You should remember too. If you don't remember, there's something inherently wrong with you. Ladies and gents. But that's breaking news, groundbreaking news. It's incredible. Wow. So trannies are trannies, women's are women's, men's are men's. Stick to your own restrooms, your own leagues. Let's get a couple of trans leagues going. It's not like they don't deserve to fucking go punch each other in the face or throw spears at each other or joust or shot put together or wrestle. Let's make their leagues. Let's make it happen. Tranny leagues for life. Tranny leagues. They used to have penises, now they don't. Tranny Olympics. Tranny Olympics. Where's your penis? It's on a shirt made into a logo with an X through the penis, cause it's Tranny Olympics. Coachella happened recently. It was a beautiful event. I wasn't there this time because I was at another festival. I was at Coachella. It's a different festival. It's concentrated around celebrating vaginas of all sorts. Nice juicy vaginas, dry vaginas, dry aged vaginas. Those are, and then the elastic vaginas. Those are vaginas with more elasticity. Hairless vaginas, extremely hairy vaginas, short vaginas, tall vaginas, thin vaginas, inward vaginas, vaginas that are outwardly just all vagina, high tip vaginas, all of it. It's Coachella. If you've not checked it out, check it out. I know it's every year happens around the same time as Coachella. A lot of people love it. Some are confused when they show up looking to enjoy a music festival and they find out that we are celebrating vaginas. But if they don't dig it, we automatically assume that they're gay. We send them back because here at Coachella, we celebrate vaginas only, all right? But Coachella took place and it was a beautiful event, I'm sure, but a lot of people I heard had to take out loans to go attend. It's difficult times, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't be having a good time. You should always be having a good time, all day, every day. Don't worry about what has happened in the recent past. Do not worry about economical turmoil. Don't plan for the future is what I say. Enjoy, they say now. Live in the present is the future that is the right now is that's happening. It's in the moment. If you have to take a little bit of a loan or to make payment plans to attend a festival for music, doesn't matter. Do it. The wisest people have always said right now is the most important thing. Right now, the immediacy of right now. Forget yesterday because it already happened, man. Can't control that shit. It's gone. It's in the past. Doesn't matter. The future, you could be dead when the future comes. You could be dead with pancreatic cancer if you don't subscribe with the YouTubes, but you could easily subscribe and avoid pancreatic cancer for you and your lineage. But that's aside the point. The point is, take out loans, enjoy your life. You only get one. Take out 2 loans. You should go into a lot of debt as long as you get to enjoy yourself for a few days. It's worth it. Trust me. If you're, in your early 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever, if you're finding it difficult to afford things, go ahead, get extra loans, as a matter of fact, if you can't get loans, what I recommend, a lot of people are like, oh, my credit is no bueno, I can't get a loan. Honestly, I'm telling you right now, there is a great opportunity for you to sell your kidneys on the dark web. In third world countries, you can sell your body parts for a good chunk of money. Not the greatest chunk of money, but a decent sum of money. It would definitely buy you a few tickets to Coachella or other festivals. So kidney, liver, heart, just anything you can sell. You got a lot of stuff you can sell inside of you. A lot of times people are like, oh, I wonder if the answers are external. It's all inside you. All the cash you need is inside you. You don't need that appendix. Get rid of it. Sell it. But when you're selling it, make sure people believe that it's worth something. I'm sure down the line we'll figure it out, but up until now, nobody's been able to figure out what the appendix is for. We know, you and I watching this video know it's probably useless, but we'll figure out. No, but sometimes it takes us a long time to figure things out too. So down the line, it might just be the most important organ. Maybe it's probably the most important organ and they want us to get rid of it. And they're like, oh, you don't need a fucking appendix. Next thing you know, you remove your appendix and you just turn into a gaping sinkhole and you just fall to your face and crack your neck and just dissolve, and you turn into acid. Ugh, dissolved all around you. It's disgusting. Why? Because you removed your appendix. But sell it, sell your toes. You have 10 toes. Nobody looks at your feet. Nobody looks at your feet. Do you know how much people will pay for a toe? I don't either, but I'm sure it's worth a few thou. I'm sure it's worth a couple of bands. Get that money, sell it. Find a relative who's just kind of sitting all the time. Sell their body parts. Sell their hands, arms, legs, whatever you need to sell. Obviously I would say sell stuff that you got at home, but you might need whatever. You might not even have that much stuff at home. That's why I'm saying sell your body parts. Prostitute yourself. There's never a good enough. It's the perfect reason to suck a few dicks, even if you're not into sucking dick. But the big picture is that you get that money for Coachella or whatever else. If you're not going into, go meet because people are like, I don't know, I can't get loans from a regular bank. There's loan sharks available out there, or shark loans, loan sharks, they're loan sharks. I'm not talking about lonesome sharks. I'm talking about people in the mob who give, not necessarily in the mob either, just people who take their money, give it to you, put their arm around you and say, go have a blast, enjoy yourself, but make sure you pay me with 50% interest in X amount of time. And if you don't, I will, show up to your house with a couple of goons, work you over a little bit, work the ribs, work your midsection, give you a massage. Massage is euphemism for they're gonna break your bones. Go seek financial aid from people who are in, they're not in the mob, but they're mob adjacent, let's just say. So do whatever you got to do to get to your event, whatever, maybe musical events, theater, vacations. If you can't afford it, take it anyway. Pay later. Do it now, pay later. They say the present is the most important thing. Treat yourself. Who cares if you will end up on the corner of the street in the near future when you're old and you've not saved a penny? Who cares? Enjoy the now. It's a great festival. There's so many of them to go to. It's what I say. It's what many brilliant people out there who said now the most important thing is right now. To say that it's all we have. The present is a gift of debt. It's a gift of debt which you'll have to pay later, but later, who knows what later is. Ladies and gents, I do think about this like many of you think about this, but we don't get to see it, especially as men. What's it like to be a woman who gets her menstruation on, gets her period? What's it like to be, do we as men ask that question? Do women, gloat about their period flow? Is there low-key competition between the females about who gets the heaviest flows? We have that question, and we'd like you to leave a comment if that is you. Do you as a woman, gloat about your period blood, because it's interesting to us. We would like to know who takes more pride, the woman with the heavier flows or the woman with the smallest amount of flows. I mean, I would assume whoever bleeds the most gets the most glory. Do you show off to each other? Do you take it out and show it to you? Do you take out a bloody tampon and show it to your entourage as you go into the bathroom every time you go into the bathroom with 7 people? Do you do that? I'm sure you do. We as men have speculated. We have our reasons to think so, and we'd like some evidence. So if you're a woman, let us know. I know at the end of the day, we have thus far connected the dots and concluded that it's a tightly held secret within the female community. It's taught from mothers to daughters, aunts, grandmas. They teach each other apparently, and there's a competition. Men want to get in on it, to be honest with you, in terms of betting on it, because you never know, like, if you guys are betting on it and making bank on who's going to have the heaviest flow this month, is it going to be Jill? Is it going to be Nancy? Is it going to be Trish? Is it going to be Stacy? Is it going to be Letitia? You know Letitia? Is it going to be, who's it going to be? Georgina? Who's it going to be? It's an interesting question. We are just intrigued and we want a little bit in on the action. So please let us know. I would assume that, yeah, women with the heavier flows would definitely feel more feminine probably. You would probably dominate in the bathroom, just talk down to a bitch who doesn't bleed as much. You're half the woman that I am. You're half, look at this tampon, just dripping with blood. You take it out and it's like an extra long, it's like a 12-foot Subway sandwich, but it's a tampon. It's huge and it's bleeding. It's blood dripping all over the place, and you show off and you let Stacy know that she can come try her best again next month, but we know those extra large wings are made for champs. That's right. So women with heavier flows, I would assume, take it. Is there a way to get your flow to be heavier? Could you train to get more? Could you cheat? Do people cheat? Do females cheat sometimes, where you come in and you're like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna win. Stacy's got that heavy flow every fucking month. She keeps beating me. Here's a tip. Take tomatoes, squish them, not too much, because you do want a little bit of that chunky, you want that gelatinous blood clot look to make it look realistic. Get a few tomatoes, squish them, stuff it in the vag. When it's time to show who's had the heaviest flow, take it out and just let them have a look. It's okay, one time. They're winning all the time. It's not your fault. You can't bleed as much as the other chicks. It's not your fault. You should get to at least feel a little bit like somebody with a heavy flow. So there you go. There's a tip for somebody who doesn't have a heavy flow, who wants to compete with the big gals, if you will. Tomatoes are your friend, ladies and gents. I like to see sex as a sport, as a competition. I know many of you do as well, because a lot of times it's just one of those intimate practices. It's one of those human activities that we do in privacy, that we do in closed rooms, if you will. But I like to see it as a sport. I would like to see it as a sport. Just somebody, make it a league. Talk about it, follow people like you follow athletes. Have somebody just be like, well, this is Mike. Mike's getting ready to do missionary. He's been practicing his missionary for many a times, days after days. Even in the evenings, he's doing missionary. What are your thoughts this year going in, Mike? We know you've been competing extremely hard to take out Terry. Terry's got a tight missionary game. Could you take out Terry this year? Every dog as its day, and every year they count me out, but Mikey boy is gonna get it this year. I've been practicing missionary on trees, on tires, on animals, anything really. I put holes in the drywall, and I go missionary on the drywall sometimes. Wow, Mike, this is amazing. Do you really think you've got what it takes to come out on top this year? God willing, I think if everything works out, I've been putting in the hours, I've been putting on the time, and my team has been working with me really hard, and I believe this year we're gonna pull through and become missionary champion of the East Side. I would like to see that. People stretching their penises, women stretching their vaginas, getting ready for the sex Olympics. There should be a sex Olympics. It sounds too obvious. It should be there. I've not looked into it, but I'm sure there is. I don't know what I would like to see it. You know, who could squirt the most, who could squirt the least, who could squirt the messiest, who could squirt in a stream, just laser focused squirting. You know, you got the Russian lady from Moscow competing at 37 years old. She's a veteran. She has just got the most precise squirting technique you've seen in your life. There's the Chinese lady, 28. She also has a mean streak she is eating garlic and chewing on all sorts of leaves and herbs and getting an old man to beat her with a stick in the evening just to make sure she is squirting in a straight line. And then you got the Western European competitors. You got some lady from France who is not bathed in 7 months. It's part of her training. Do not let the odor throw you off. It doesn't matter. Chicks from Africa coming in trying to just, the wild card right there, baby. But I would like to see it. I like to see judges given scores. I like to see, how do you do on the landing? A lot of people can finish, but can you land it? It's a lot of questions that are unanswered. Sex Olympics, when you say it, it does sound like it should be something that already exists. But I'm going to go ahead and say that we should make it a thing. If it does exist, I do want to attend. As an attendee, of course, for now.
Is he going to be able to do anal without getting any shit on his cock? What are your thoughts there, Vince? Well, we've seen the cock go inside the asshole plenty of times. Every time it does come out with a little bit of shit. So if he does manage to pull out without any shit this time, we're definitely going to be celebrating our new champion this year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, hold your breath, keep silence, and give him room.
But I like to see all that. And we'll see it hopefully together. What else is going on? A lot of stuff is going on. I believe some person might have had the question of how do I find the perfect tit for myself? How do I make the decision of which tit to go with? It's a hard decision. They say the two biggest decisions in life monetarily, that is one, purchasing a home. That's number one, they say. Second most important or costly decision is purchasing or, dedicating yourself to a vehicle of sorts. Those, they say, are the two most expensive decisions of your lifetime. Of course, they always I say that finding perfect tit is also one of the most difficult tasks in somebody's life. So take the time, prepare for it. I say give yourself plenty of time. Look online. A lot of people these days, we have the technology, so there shouldn't be any sort of confusion or you later on saying, oh, I didn't know. You should take the time to do your own research. A lot of times people in the past might have not had that opportunity. Now you get to go and look at many options, put them in your mouth. That's one of the easiest way of telling if it's the right fit for you. Because a lot of times it's easy to look at a tit and get all excited about it. But until it's in your mouth, that's just one of my tips. Until it's in your mouth, you're not gonna know. Because you can eyeball it all you want from a distance. From 20 feet away, almost any tit can fit in your mouth. You'll say that I could put any tit in my mouth. How many times have you said that? Next thing you know, tit is in your mouth and it's either too big or too small. So please, give yourself plenty of time to do your research. If you're that individual having a difficult time finding the right perfect tit for you, look online, different shades, different colors. Do you want to go with something that is similar to yours? Do you want to go with something that is a little bit, maybe you want a little bit of contrast. Do you want a little bit of a difference, a two-tone sort of deal? Do you want to be able to, have it sag a little bit when you're hitting it from the back, or do you want it to stay firmly in place? Do you want, because do you want them to be symmetrical or asymmetrical? Benefits of symmetrical tits: if you are in for looking at things and saying, "Oh my, those are symmetrical tits right there," and I'm sure glad that they're identical tits. You could say that. You could, and people will take a look at your tits that you found for you, and they'll say, "That's a pair of identical tits. So nice tits right there." They'll say asymmetrical tits will give you the feeling of potentially you might be dealing with different tits. So you might get one that's, you know, a little bit higher than the other one, a little bit, maybe the nipple's a little bit different, and you're technically kind of getting two types of tits there. So these are all the questions that you should be asking yourself. What kind of man or woman are you, and what are you in search of? Take your time, squeeze them nice and firm, see if they, you know, squeeze them, release. Does it go back to its original shape, or does it stay kind of, you know, depleted? All the answers are available online. Do your own research and ask questions. If you're thinking it, there's millions of other people thinking it as well. So please, do not feel ashamed. Do not be scared. Just put a few in your mouth. That's the best way to know. And the taste test will tell you which one is right for you. I am a little bit not, you know, I don't look to the past and say, I wish we were, I love this time that we're in right now. This is the best time. But there are certain things about the past that I've not even experienced myself, that I've seen, that would have been interesting to just get a little bit of a glimpse of what it's like to do. One of those examples is old school gifting, ladies and gents. One of those examples is old school gifting. You'd have a fella in the 40s or 50s walk up to his bitch with a vacuum cleaner and present it to her. "This is for you, sweetheart. This is for you, baby. Let's say this so you can clean better." That was a gift. Old school gifting is done. We no longer have that. Men used to, "This is a blender for you. So when you're cooking for me, you can cook better with this blender. Don't go kneading the dough with your hands like an animal. Go ahead and use this blender, or here, have this meat grinder. You can actually make burgers much easier for me." Those were gifts that we used to give to mostly women. Women got really shitty gifts. It's not something that I'm envious about or like, but it is interesting. That was socially acceptable. You do that, and women liked it too, to a certain degree. "Oh my God, a new vacuum. I can clean up the house faster." Yeah, you can clean up the house faster with this vacuum. Instead of getting on your knees and hands and knees and using a broomstick like a savage. The women in the metropolitan area are using these to clean up the houses. You can do it too at a faster rate, and you can give me head after, and after that you can get up and make me a sandwich. It's crazy times. I don't miss it. It would have been nice to experience though. It would have been nice to just, for a second, at least know what it's like to be like, here, here's a gift for you, so you can clean the house better. That was a gift. Men did that. To me, it astonishes me. It's because you'd never see that today. You'd never see that today. Oh, ladies and gents, what else is going on in and around the world? People are asking, they're like, how do I go ahead and impress a lady out there? How do I impress a lady? How do I get a lady to notice me amongst all the... An easy, just cut through all the noise, just an easy answer to get a lady to know you, to impress a lady, is to simply start making a house from scratch. That's right. If you're a male out there and you're wondering, how do I get a woman to pay attention and notice me and have her just swept off her feet by me, just because actions speak louder than words, they say that. Build a house from scratch. It's a very simple process. Find a location that's suitable for building a house. Get a whole lot of money. Acquire the land. After that, forget going to professionals who are capable of building the house. Nothing impresses a chick more than a man building his own house. Doesn't matter if you get injured in the process. A woman doesn't care if you saw off half your thumb. She will love you for it even more. So go ahead, get busy today. Start building it. Do the concrete foundation yourself. Pour the concrete yourself. Pour the cement yourself, all of it. It doesn't matter if your house ends up a little bit lopsided. That's completely cool too. Chop down trees by yourself, somewhere in the middle of the woods. Make sure she sees it somehow. I would recommend you videotape it, because if you're in the middle of the woods, chances are there's less ladies that record yourself chopping the wood. Scaring the animals, by the way, scaring the animals, because they're sure going to try to scare you away, but scare the animals away. Scare them away. It's their habitat, but scare them away. Just chase a couple of squirrels up a tree. Get out of here, squirrel. This tree belongs to me now. Say it. Say it. Look them in the eyes. Say it. Get a couple of woodpeckers and just, put as they're doing their woodpecker thing, just remove them and put like a sponge on their beak, and then put them on your shoulder so that they kind of give you like a neck rub right there. But all I'm telling you is it's a very simple task. Just acquire a lot of money, get a large piece of land, start chopping wood, do electrical work. That always impresses a lady. Nothing impresses a lady like electrical work. Should you get electrocuted, I'm telling you right now, if you live to tell the tale, she'll be even more impressed. If half your body has burn marks from electricity, she will love you. Women love scars. Women love burn marks. Look at all the men with heavy scars and burn marks all over their body. Look how much puss they're getting. So there you go. Do the whole roofing yourself. Put up the walls, the drywall, all of it. Do the, dig a well, and get water from like a local river bank or something. Do the whole, install the toilet yourself. Have a challenging time putting in the tiles of the bathroom. Do all that, and I'm sure you will easily attract a female. There you go. You're welcome. Helping men find mates out there. And of course, if you're a lady, you're wondering to yourself, how do I, in this day and age, impress a fella? How do I get a fella? It's extremely easy, ladies. Very simple task. Find extremely large objects and put them inside your vagina, and then push them out with your vagina. Repeat this process time after time after time. Large objects inside, breathe in, hold, breathe out, push it out. What kind of large objects? Any large objects that really, just basic message is that the hips that you're looking for are right here. These are the birthing hips that you've been searching for. Hey there, Tom. Hey there, whoever. Hey there, Kevin. There you go. These are the birthing hips you've been searching for. A watermelon at the grocery store has never looked better going inside your vagina and then out your vagina on the cash registry. I'm just telling you right now, large objects. Take a couple of people are tossing around the old football at the local beach. Take the football away from the people playing with the football. Take the foot, shove it up your vagina, get on your back, push it out, impress the fellow right there. A safety helmet, a construction site safety helmet. If you can put that up your vagina, get on your back, push it out, impress a couple of fellows like that. Easy tasks. A small safe where people in their households, keep stashes of cash, jewelry, important documents. Take that safe, shove it up your vagina, get on your back, push it out easily, sending the message that these are the birthing hips that you are looking for. Old school telephones, if you can find them anywhere, the ones that were installed on walls from like the 70s or even prior to that, take those. Nobody needs them now. Put it up your vagina, ring ring, who's there for you? There you go, out the vag, impress the man in less than 30 minutes. What else could you? A small midget, if you can just open your vagina, swallow up a local midget and spit it out with your vagina, that's the closest thing you can do to giving birth without actually giving birth. So what does that say to your suitors out there? Birthing hips. These are the loins you've been waiting for. Very simple, of course. Somebody might be out there saying that, oh, I just heard this thing I work at a coal mine, and it's a coal mining community, and we heard a coal mine community has been doing really well, but we've also heard that there's a canary in the coal mine. What do we do with this canary in the coal mine? How do we deal with it? Listen, the town was doing really well before the canary showed up. The men and women in the coal mine community are hardworking men and women. They go to work when the sun rises, and then they finish work when the sun sets. That's how they work. It's a dangerous world. It's one that's filled with danger and soot, lots of soot, and lung diseases of all sorts. And the last thing you need is a canary in the coal mine. If you hear a canary in the coal mine, it is just one bird. Take a rock and hit the canary in the noggin. You'll probably knock it out. It's a small bird. I know it's a pest at that point in your life. Do not be distracted. Use your hard hat with the light on top. Use it to see better, so you can get a couple of dynamites, just a couple of sticks of dynamite while you're in the coal mine. And if you see the canary, kind of just chuck the dynamite at the canary. If it happens to take your hammer, just chase it around, scream in the coal mine. I know they probably say keep the volume at a lower level, so not to cause any sort of breakage of the rocks and whatnot. You don't want to get trampled by rocks because of the echoes and the vibrations causing the rocks to shatter and fall. But honestly, if you yell one time, and so what if it happens to cause the whole coal mine to collapse, but at the end of the day, if you capture the little bird that was inside the coal mine, I think that's the most important thing. Now you can dig through the rubble and get back to coal mining. So there you go. If you're like, oh, I heard a canary in the coal mine, how do we deal with it? Plenty of ways. Fill the coal mine with water, all the way with water, and suffocate the said bird. It's annoying. I get it. Nobody wants to hear tweet, 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 tweet right there. Right there. Trying to work in a coal mine with your fellow men, with your coworkers, and birds they're beautiful on the do your thing on a tree. Do your thing, bird. Appreciate you out there in a coal mine. This is where men work. Speaking of men's, if you're wondering out there, you're like, oh, how do I, in a world where everything is, microplastics, everything happens to make you a little bit less manly, how do I make sure I maintain my high level of manliness out there? The number one way you can ensure you are extremely manly and you feel good about yourself, and women love it too, of course. Do not blow air in your tires using the gas station utensils where you can go and pump air into your tires. Real men blow their own tires using nothing but their lips and their own lungs. I don't care if you've not done it before. Start today. Blowing air in your own tires will most likely evoke a sense of pride in you like it's never been evoked. You will risk getting a hernia. Is it worth it? I believe so. Okay? After I got my hernia, I've never felt more like a man. Yeah. You might even get a prolapsed anus there. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you will feel more like a man. So please, if you're like, oh, I don't know, do I gotta go spend a ton of money feeling? No, you don't. I'm telling you right now, just blow air in the tires with just your mouth and your lungs. You might burst a couple of veins in your eye sockets. Your eyeballs might turn red, but it's temporary, all right? Maybe a couple of weeks. Never hurt anybody to get bloodshot eyes for a couple of weeks, but hey, crank up the volume on the masculinity right there, baby. So go ahead and, again, this doesn't cost you anything. This is one of those things that a lot of people overlook, and they're like, oh, I wonder what I gotta do to get a little bit more masculine in a tough world where it requires you to be, the best version of yourself and all that shit. So easiest way you could do it is just local gas station, pull over, but do not be one of those chumps out there using the air pressure machine to blow air into use your lips. Put a cork in your asshole so the air doesn't go out. Blow extremely hard on all 4 tires. The ladies fainting, head over heels, falling in love, not knowing what to do with themselves. Oh, what a man. They'll say that. What else is going on? This one doesn't bring me joy to say this one, to be honest with you, to be completely honest. All jokes aside, for a second, if we can, for a second, just have a moment of, there was a shooting in Florida State University. It happens all the time, but again, rest in peace to the people who passed away. Tragic event happens, and it impacts the communities that are near, and it sucks. Losing lives like that sucks. I believe it's a 20-year-old male. I don't know much about the case. His mother is a sheriff's deputy or something. He got access to the gun. It's senseless. It's stupid. What I will, and it's times like these that people might jump on and, start. It's a divisive topic. It's one of these, gun violence, gun issues. But I'll tell you what, it should never push you to wanting to say, oh, we should just get rid of guns, because that doesn't work. I do feel like I should focus on that, because it sucks. It does suck. But guns don't hurt people, really shitty people hurt people. That's the reality of it. Because if you get rid of guns, you have other sorts of violence. You see that all over the place. So that does suck. That absolutely sucks. I don't know the details. I don't know his background. I don't know what it's sick people. It's sick fucks. There's nothing that doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Does happen, but retrospect, trying to have perspective on the larger scheme of things. All right, people get massacred all the time, all over the world. Just as I was hearing about this, I also heard in Nigeria, for example, a Muslim gunman, took out 40 Christians, just right there, just 40. And this was this week, apparently 60 last week. So it sucks. It happens all over the world. I just don't want this to be like, oh, this is guns protect your freedom of speech. Very important. You have those two things backing each other, freedom of speech and the guns. And yes, it sucks that it happens. How could we, reduce these things? My heart genuinely does go out. It sucks. How could we reduce these things? You can't totally get rid of these things. It sucks. Part of it is, what causes it? Mental health, but you shouldn't be using that at all. Well, he had a mental health disorder or whatever he had or he didn't have. I don't know. A little bit of it is, there's some psychos out there. There's some legit psychos out there. It's a small population, but they do exist. They, horrendous acts of violence. It's sickening. There's nothing you could do about it. You could, better educate people with, guns. But the people who know. And then there's that one guy or sometimes one gal. Rare cases that it's a girl, female. But there's not much you could do. Just know that there's violence in other places too. That's the positive takeaway from it. Know that there's people getting massacred with machetes, guns all around the world. That this is not just, don't think that it's just, it sucks, but know that there's shittier people out there as well. It's a hard one. What do you want me to tell you? It sucks, but you can take comfort in knowing that there are other people being massacred in even larger sums in other places. So think about that if you want to feel a little bit better. I don't know if it's going to help you feel better. Most of humanity is really good. Most of us are really good people. At least we try. Most of you, and then there's really shitty people out there too. There's really shitty people out there. fucking, I don't know. I don't know on that one. It sucks. It will happen again. It's happened before. It's not the first time. It will happen again. But the takeaway is always remember there are other places with far worse, and that should give us some level of comfort. There's people worse than us. I'm trying, it's a hard one. What do you want me to, it's a difficult one. What do you gotta, sometimes I do wonder, what's the point of even talking about it? I'm like, is there a point that the news talks about these people? Do they get more, attention to, what do you call those people that go and mimic the horrendous acts? Does it cause more of that? I don't know. I don't have the answers. It's a tough one. My heart genuinely does go out. But yes, that violence happens all around the world. And we are very fortunate to be in a place in the West, at least with lesser, despite the fact that it's amplified with the news and everything, despite the fact that it seems like it's happening a lot, and it does happen a lot. It's not like but it's, this is the best that we've got, and we're working on it together one day at a time. So in hindsight, always look to other people, compare yourself with others. Whenever you're feeling like, oh, this situation, whatever it may be, forget this particular, but whatever it may be, they say don't compare yourself with other people. True, but if you're feeling like, man, things are not good, there's always somebody far worse than you, and you can take solace in that. Ladies and gents, and other stories and other news, other exciting events that are happening around the world, that scientists, astrophysicists around the world have gathered together. I collected my team as an astrophysicist along with my team of researchers. We have recently discovered that the planet K2-18b, that's right, if you're not familiar with K2-18b as an astrophysicist or just a lay person, then you are in for a treat, because this, I believe, is one of the biggest stories. A lot of times people are like, I wonder what this particular story is about, if they're distracting us from something. We're always distracted. Distractions, big distractions. Majority of people are being fiscally, financially fucked. That's the majority of it. But that's aside, that's the big distraction. If anybody's like, I wonder what they're distracting us from now. What's the distraction to? You're distracted from large corporations banking in on your hard labor, all your information, all of it, all day, every day. And but that's aside the point. Little by little, invest in yourself. Do your thing that you do. Go out there and get it. That's the notion, I believe. But nonetheless, this one's actually a huge story. This one should be a huge story, because the planet K2-18b has shown signs of gases, maybe even water, maybe even life, maybe. This is very exciting. The takeaway from this, pack your bags. Pack your bags. There's signs of life out there, trillions of years, light years away. All I need you to do is to start taking steps, one step at a time, instead of walking on the planet, which is our home. It's spherical. Instead of walk outward towards the void, walk outward. We should be building potentially walkways that walk outward into space, so we can get close. I know it's a long distance, but if everybody took a step and just kind of put a step, maybe like a little, just a cement step, and everybody adds a step to it. Make a bridge is what I'm saying. It's really far. I don't know if we're gonna be able to travel there. Not today anyway, maybe not tomorrow. Maybe we can bring it closer together. My astrophysicist team was busy discovering the planet. I would like other astrophysicists to focus on getting us there, or them here, because we pull them here somehow. Fold the space, like you've been saying, we fold the space. Fold the space and poke a hole through it, and let's get there and take their resources if we can. Well, let's not say that. So we don't want to take your resources, other planets. It's not what we're all about. We are not in that business. Low-key, we are so in that business. I'm telling you right now, they found gold, diamonds, all sorts of shit in space that we are gonna take, but keep it on the DL. We're not here to take your minerals, other alien species, planet. We are a very friendly species who does nothing more than care for one another as if it were ourselves. All of us, despite what you might hear in the fake news, bullshit fake news, but I'm telling you right now, they've got a lot of resources out there between you and I. If we can just get there, but first we gotta make sure that we get there first. Who's we? I don't know, like the collective, like you and me, but like not directly you and me, because I don't want it to be tied back to us, but you know what I mean. So much resources out there that we could get our hands on, our just little greasy hands. Resources. Nonetheless, ladies, it's exciting. There's potential of life out there. It could be beautiful people like yourselves out there with magnificent tits, plural tits, multiple species, very close to us, species, very close to us. You know, different versions of humans with 5 tits. They're people too. They are people too, okay? They deserve love as well. Females with 2 vaginas, double the vagina females. 2 pussy females in planet K2-18. You don't know that? They're people, they're lovely. They're lovely. Maybe that's why we can make this with our fingers, because evolution is just preparing us to be able to finger 2 vaginas at the same time. Maybe that's the reason why we have fingers like this and they're not connected like the webbed fingers. And otherwise, if they only had 1 vagina, our fingers would be webbed, man. Think about it. You don't have webbed fingers because down the line, the big guy or aliens or whatever, or I don't know, whatever, no webs, multiple fingers, maybe up to 5 vaginas if you really think about it. That's probably what it's there for, 5 vagina fingering. Females of the future, we welcome you. Females of today, we are still welcoming you until we find females with more vaginas, of course. More is better. And remember, always remember that more is more. Until next time, ladies and gents, peace out. Love you.